And we're live. Hey, welcome, everybody to Sisters United Hangouts. Welcome. Our topic today is making time for yourself and personal development. But before we get into that, as you can see, I need a little bit more time for myself, my health. We did not have our hangout last week, but for those of you that celebrate Thanksgiving, United States, hope you had a great holiday. We're going to go first across the board here and introduce ourselves, and then we will dive into the topic. But first, I just want to see anybody that is on live, if you're watching us. I know we changed the time. We are now on Fridays instead of Thursdays. I know that's changed on everybody, and we're at least in everywhere else but Australia, New Zealand, we are about, we're an hour earlier in general. We're in the 7 a.m. time slot instead of Pacific time. So for me, it is, I'm already a little bit late because I'm getting organized here. It's a little after, it's like 7:25 a.m. here in Los Angeles. And I am Valerie Jampolsky. I am the Abundance Mom Freedompreneur. I am a single mom. I got twin 5-year-old boys. I would normally give a naked kid alert, but I don't think they're going to be coming running out here. I think they're still sleeping in the other room. And I'm just so thankful. And the reason why I'm here and what I do is, I used to be an entertainment attorney, actually, of all things. And I had this massive, powerful realization. I was pregnant with the twins. I was sitting there in my office, pregnant to the gills, and all of a sudden realized that if I didn't do something, if I didn't do something to change my life, I was never going to see my kids, ever. I mean, I'd be lucky if I could tuck them in at night. They'd be raised, never mind daycare, they'd be raised by nannies. And that thought just was breaking my heart. And also, I knew that there was just so much more that I had to give the world. It was more than what I was doing. And I really wanted to be able to speak about things that really mattered to me and have my day filled with that, like some of the things we're going to talk about today, and really not even have my whole day, to be able to have time to do the things that I want to do. I homeschool, some of us homeschool, some of us don't have kids, but, I'm a homeschooling mama, and yeah, I care, about, what happens with my kids in that way. I want that experience for them. I want to travel and beach, Disneyland, all those fun things when I want, how I want it, in my schedule. So that's why I do what I do. This is kind of a cool thing. So we're going to go across the board here, and everybody's going to introduce themselves. And I'm going to go over first to CJ. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful CJ.
Hey, beautiful sisters. Good morning. And thank you, Val, for getting us all up and running. We've all kind of had a scatterbrained morning. I was running late myself, so thank you, your wonderful sister, for doing this for all of us this morning and getting us on track today. As many of you know, I'm from Florida. I am a stay-at-home mom and a homeschooling mom of 3 boys who are 9, 6, and 4 years old. So I teach 4th grade, 1st grade, and preschool. So it's a very busy household for me with 3 boys. As you can, anyone out there that's got boys understands that totally and will completely respect my my decision for becoming home with my boys. Well, my biggest choice was I was not supposed to have children. And when I was blessed with my oldest son, and then I was blessed with my 2 other boys, it made me wake up and realize that I was given a gift of having children after I was not supposed to. So for me, to have somebody else raise my children and not be around them and not make memories and not be there to wipe their tears when they're crying, or any mom will understand and respect this, to wipe their boot, when they have to go potty, and just little things like that. I was not going to miss out on that, and I knew that I had to do something, and I had to make drastic changes for myself and my family to make sure that I was a mom, and I was there with my kids, and I was raising my kids, not somebody else raising them, because I was given that chance, I was given that gift, I was given that option, and I'm not going to miss out on that, and I will never miss out on that, and I will always be there for my kids. And foremost first, they're first in life, no matter what. Your children, your family, your kids, your spouses, your partners, they're first. They come first over anybody and everything in life. And if you're not there for them, then who are you there for, and why are you there? And that was my decision, and that was why I came home, and that's why I left my job of 14 years. I worked for corporate America. I worked not 9 to 5, I wish it was, but I worked 12 to 16-hour days. So I was never around my children. I was always telling them, Mommy's too busy, Mommy can't do this, Mommy can't do that. And I got tired of telling them no. And I wanted to tell them yes, and I wanted to tuck them in, and I wanted to kiss them, and I wanted to bathe them and have bubble baths and do all these things that moms are supposed to do. And that's when I started looking out for an adventure, and I became the mompreneur that I am today. And I'm here for them every day, 24 hours a day, and I'm with them all the time. And that's why I do this, because memories only happen once, and moments only happen once, and once they're gone, you can't get them back again. And that's why I'm here, because I cherish those moments and memories every day. You're muted, Val. I love you, hon.
Yeah. Hello. Just hang up with that.
I love you, Mama. You rock.
Oh, great. I'm going to go over, and we have Joan on the road right now. I'm pulling up Joan.
Hey, ladies. Good morning. I'm actually not on the road, but I'm at home, and it's just easier at this time. I think since we changed the time, it's a little busy at the house, so I just take my phone so I can accommodate everybody during this time. And like I said, I'm Joan. I'm from Dallas, and I have 3 boys, 6-year-old, a 3-year-old, and a 2-year-old, and we also homeschool. So it's very busy around here, wearing, just like CJ, you just wear so many hats. You just try to accommodate everybody and try to love everybody, and everyone has their own time. And I started doing this, my online business, when my husband was deployed, and I just wanted him to come back, not having to worry about finances, and I just wanted him to come back and just spend time with the kids and spend time with us and spend time with the family, because after being gone for a year, you know, that time is lost. Oh, naked baby, sorry.
Okay. You got the naked kid.
So I just wanted, I just wanted him to come home and, not have to go back to his corporate, corporate America. I just visioned ourselves for him to come home and him staying home with us. I didn't want him coming home and then having to leave again to a 9-to-5. So he is home now, and we're all happy. And it's a transition for us again too, but we're together, and honestly, there's nothing really to complain about here. So very cool. And so yeah, thank you guys for being on this call this morning, and it's lovely to see all the pretty faces here. So love y'all, sisters.
I love it, Joan. I love the strategic movement of your body there, right there.
Yeah, it's like,
I know. It's like, all right, I'm going to go over to Leanne.
Good morning. So I am Leanne with All Things Are Possible. I'm from Vancouver, Canada, and it is also 7:30 for me this morning. And my big why I'm doing this is that I also want to have a family with children and eventually stay home with them and raise them too, but I needed to find a husband, and through many prayers I finally did, except for he is in Turkey, and he is also born-again Christian, and in order to be able to start our life together, it's not easy for him to get here to Canada, so I'm going to have to go there, and so I wanted to be able to have a job that I could I could basically do it anywhere in the world, and be able to start my family. So being here and doing this, it's allowed me to do that, and so I'm excited.
I love it. I love the freedom. That's the thing, is that we can do this while we're traveling. It's cool. It's cool. Like I was recently. You guys know I was in Bali, Orlando and stuff, and even while I was there, my business, everything was working for me. I was able to be there and have fun and do the stuff I wanted to do with my kids, and my business was working for me, and pulling wonderful people into my life. So there you go. It's cool. And if y'all want to hang out here, I'm gonna go over to Lisa. Lisa, let everybody know, my goodness, where you are on the planet.
Hi.
I'm currently in Foster, in I'll just say Sydney in Australia. It's 2:35 a.m.
You
So I
rock.
put it on to jump out of bed. So I've actually got light today. I think
Yay.
it's the first time that you can actually see my face.
Yes.
Um, I started this journey pretty much maybe the beginning of the year. After I had my daughter returning to work, and I absolutely hated it. But we needed money. I wanted to be able to spend time with my daughter when I wanted to, and not be completely miserable because I couldn't really see her. Anyways, I've just recently quit my job anyway, which is why I'm going to massive action. And I kind of feel very relieved having this whole entire week with my daughter. And
I love it. I love it that and that you could have the freedom to be able to do that. I don't know if you're comfortable sharing your situation or not. That's okay. But I just think it's a really powerful thing that where you're at right now. Up to you.
I change changes on a daily basis.
There's no daily basis. Okay. It's all right. That's okay.
No. With the stress of having a baby and then money issues,
Yeah.
me and my partner, his name's Elliot, kind of have had a rough patch this 12 months. So I went and stayed with my family for 12 months. I've only just come back home last night to start doing counselling, and I think working on myself and not working at a stressful job and looking after my daughter, I'm hoping eliminating stress and working myself, hopefully I'll have a really good 2016.
That's cool. That's cool. That's great. That's great. So it's to have the freedom to be able to not have be able to have all your needs met. It really helps. It really helps to have that in any situation. I'm going to go over to Miriam, and I love it. Great light. We can see you.
Hi, my name is Miriam, and actually I wasn't able to get my logo there, so it's miriamvelez.com. I am actually a single mother of a 3-year-old baby girl, and I've actually always wanted to be in, I've actually always wanted to work from home. About maybe a year ago, I started going to school because I thought, maybe I can get an education, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with it, but it just wasn't for me. I didn't want to go to school to get a degree and then be at home. At work and not be able to be at home with my daughter. I also went through a lot of trials. I had an abusive relationship. And so in this all, I thought, maybe if I achieve some kind of financial success with my career, then I could be able to provide better and then be at home with my daughter and just, I just had all these things going in my mind. Long story short, I ended up failing in school. I ended up just trying to do other network marketing businesses that didn't work for me. And then when I found something like this, I just found an opportunity to work from home. And I am actually getting better now at this. And can anyone hear me?
Yeah, I can totally hear you.
Okay. And I'm working from home, and I get to spend more time with my little girl, more than before. And my goal is really to just be able to do that more and more and more. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I wish I could say more, but I'm kind of forgetting a couple things.
No, I think you can resonate with that, wanting to really, it's a common story because you get a lot of moms here thing wanting to be home, but I want to, and I just think it's cool. What time is it? You're in Florida. What time is it for you there?
Oh yeah, I'm in Orlando. It's right now 10:39, 10:40.
Yeah.
Did I miss it? What did you go to school for?
I was trying to go to school for radiologic technologist, just
Okay.
in the medical field, and really it was pretty intense. But honestly, I like being able to do something easy and something I enjoy and fun, and still be with my daughter and enjoy life to the fullest. So this is perfect for me, really.
Love it.
Awesome. And what is your favorite time? What is your favorite hobby to do with your daughter?
Well, there's this, it's called the Crayola Experience. I mean, I spend time with her all around, I take her to the park or whatever, but there's this store, I don't know if it's a store, but it's like a big, big indoor playground with nothing but crayons, markers, computers that brings colors to life, and she has so much fun in it. We have a year pass with it, so I take her there often. I love it. I just love it so much with her.
That sounds cool. That sounds
Yeah.
really cool. That's really cool. If there's something like that in LA, that's cool. I'm going to go over now to another wonderful, wonderful woman in LA with me here. This is Terry. Hey, girl.
Can you all hear me?
Yeah, Ted, a little bit
Yes, you're good.
about people don't know you.
Okay. I am Terry Holmes, and I live in Los Angeles, California right now. However, I'm from here, but I was going to school out on the East Coast at Howard University, and I graduated out there. I got a degree in computer information systems. I was working for major technology companies out there, and that was good, corporate America, but there was only so much I can take. But there was something like a shift in the universe, because I didn't really see how I could advance any further. I was making great money. I was, living the lifestyle, but it just wasn't right for me. But it seemed like the universe kind of heard my call, because it's an interesting thing, because I found out that I had to have surgery, brain surgery. And I was having all these symptoms and all that, and it was misdiagnosed for about years. And by the time they found out what it was, prior to that, they were saying, oh, you're stressed, you're this and that. And I was like, look, I know I'm not stressed because I've played basketball, I've been academically this, that, and the third. This is not stress. Found out that I had 10 brain tumors. I had to come back here to Los Angeles, had major surgery at Cedars-Sinai Hospital, and they got the tumors, great, but I could not function the way that I used to function prior. After the surgery, I had to learn how to walk, I had to learn how to talk, I had to learn how to do all these things again, and it was quite certain that I could not go back to a regular 9-to-5 position, because it was just too much for me. So what I had to do after that was to find out a way how I can support myself, without, having to do that. And after my surgery, I was diagnosed with epilepsy too. So that means that I could pass out at any time. I could, so it just wasn't going to happen. So this was the next logical step for me, just working from home. And yes, I had to live with somebody. I've been living with my parents, and also I've been supported by, I get a good check from that, but I want more. I know I can do more. I can be more. So this natural step is just to say, hey, I can do this. I want to do this. And I want to see what I can provide for other people by being an example of going through these things, having a great attitude with it and moving forward with my life because I still want to thrive. So survive to thrive is my my name. I wasn't able to put it down at the bottom, but I want to still is really why I am doing this, and I'm making it happen.
Yeah, and you also have a very powerful perspective on, really, I remember, we've talked a lot about this, about in terms of helping people to really see what's possible, in terms of their perspective on the world and life and shining their light and all that stuff. You have a very, very spiritual perspective.
I see the world differently now. Transformation,
Yeah. So I want to emphasize that for that, because for a lot of us, that's what it is too. Is it's especially, leading into this topic. No matter what you're doing, if you're here because of the topic itself, right? Survive. Just survive to thrive, right? She's talking about survive to thrive, but does it really how to why personal development and taking time for yourself, and why it is so important. And I'm going to start off a little bit on it, and then we'll go across and talk with everybody. As you can hear with me right now, okay, I'm like the example of what happens when you don't focus on it enough. I have laryngitis right now, got a cold, and I'm a mama. I'm here. I need to take care of my kids. What's wonderful is that, Terry or whatever, anybody else that has a physical challenge of any kind, my business is still running for me even right now, right? But I pushed it. I pushed the envelope a little bit for a little bit there. There were some things that I had to take care of that took up a little bit of my extra time, and I allowed myself to stay up too late a few nights in a row, and this happened, right? And so physically, I wasn't getting enough rest, and so therefore I have this coming up, and it's raised my awareness about how important it is. They talk about putting the oxygen mask on first, how important that is. So there's the physical side of it, of making sure you get rest, making sure no matter what's going on in your life, that you're giving yourself what you need so you can be there for others. The other piece is the personal development, and no matter what it is that you're doing. For me, I notice a complete difference if I do not wake up in the morning and focus in on audio or reading or meditation, gratitude, going into a lot of different things. A lot of us, we're going to talk in detail about the different things that we do. My way of handling things during the day can be quite different because my perspective is off. And the more I do it, the more it affects how I see the world and how I communicate with the world. It's like it just puts me in this incredibly very different space about how I handle things. And sometimes getting rushing around doing this, that, or the other thing, whatever. For me, getting grounded into remembering who I really am, my connection to everything in the universe, and that we are all based on love. For me, that's what's really powerful. And listening to anything, reading, having guided meditation, all these different little things that you can do first thing in the morning, or falling asleep at night, or even just playing in the background, really, for me, gets me in alignment. And everything from something happening with my kids, about whether, how I react to whatever's going on with them is completely different if I have gotten myself grounded. We're talking about, your oxygen mask. It's not just getting rest and eating properly and getting exercise. It's sort of like exercising the mind, the heart, and the spirit. I'm going to hop off because I know so many of us have so many things that we do to talk about in that, and what that does, and how they do. And also, I want to say, if anybody, any tips that you have, like anybody watching, also if you're watching in the replay as well, please let us know where you're from, where you're calling out from, where you're at, and if you have any tips or thoughts you want to contribute, we will go in and check. during the week. I'm not sure who we have on live right now because we switched the time and I forgot to change it on the page. But CJ, we're going to bring you up. But do you see, before you hop on anything, do we have any comments on the page yet? I'm not sure what we have live since we did swap out the times for this particular.
Yeah, sure. I'm checking right now for you, sis. Hold on one moment.
We were in a different day.
It says Thursday. Oh, well. I just have our fellow sister Lisa saying hello and letting everybody know that it's 2:30 in the morning for her. But as of right now, I am not seeing any other comments online. And as you can tell, people, we do check while we're live on the air, so we would love to interact with you and hear what you have to say and where you're watching from and what time of day it is or what day of the week it is, because I know it changes for everyone across the world. So that's what I love about this, is the fact that I'm at 10:50 a.m. on Friday morning, December 11th, but there's people that's watching that it's almost Saturday or really early Friday morning. So that's what's totally awesome, is that we have literally people everywhere in time travel zone, which is really cool about this as well.
Cool.
So for me, I'm just going to give you a little bit of heads up of what my morning consisted of and why I'm still here with a big old smile on my face and I was running 15 minutes late. I was going to get out of the house this morning at 8, go get my grocery shopping done, my errands done before I hopped on with my wonderful sisters here. Unfortunately, my 4-year-old had a change of plans and he last minute decided that he wanted to go. So I'm running around the house getting him ready. Well, then he decides that he wants to have a total meltdown. So he throws himself on the floor because now he wants the entire family to go. And I'm like, no, baby, it's just us. We're just going. So after I get him done, get him going, get him in the car, I'm now 8:30. I wanted to leave at 8. Get to the store. He decides that he wants to look at every single Christmas decoration in the store. Mommy's having a spazzing moment. Mommy's going, Mommy needs to get going, honey. We need to leave, honey. And I just kind of went with the flow and put a smile on my face and yesed him and cuted him to death and went on to the next door. And then it was, oh, but we're at the grocery store, Mommy, so now I get the free cookie, right, Mommy? Yes, honey, let's go to the bakery to get your free cookie. And it's just, there was things this morning that came up, and there was nothing I could do about it. And I just had to go with it. I was commenting with everyone, I'm here, I'm coming, I'll be there, don't forget about me. It's just, you can't, if you fight it and you add the stress to the day, it's just going to make it worse. And it's not only going to make it worse for everyone around you, but it's going to make it worse for yourself as well. And that's what everyone forgets. And everyone forgets to focus on the happiness and why we're here and why that moment happened. I don't know why I was meant to leave the house at 8:30 instead of 8. I don't think I'll ever know, but I took it and I went with it. Or as to why he felt the need to look at every single Christmas ornament in one store and try out all the pens that were in the aisle. Yeah, it's just, there's things, and you have to understand why they're there, why it happened, why he felt the need to go with me today, and just make yourself available for what you have. Don't stress over what you don't have control over. And especially if you're a mom, things happen. And it's going to occur. Kids are going to change your path. Kids are going to change your whole course. Kids are going to change your time frame. And just go with it. I mean, I could have logged on my cell phone and been here on time with my sisters via my cell, but that's not what was important. My time was meant to be with my son. And it was meant to be with him and being goofy and silly and watching him get chocolate chips all over his face from the cookie that he was eating in the grocery store. And that's what I was meant to do at that moment. And I went with it. And that's what it's really all about, is just following what you feel, following yourself, and being open and being transparent. I didn't have to share this story as to why I was running late. I could have just said I'm running late, and that's it. But I'm telling the world as to why. I'm a mom, and my kids come first, and they're there. And there's nothing I can do about that. And that's what everyone seems to forget, is that we're so structured, and we're so geared to having to live life in this box that everyone's created for us, that we forget how to just go with the moment and trust and feel what's inside of you and just happen and let it go. And I mean, Terry can tell all of us how that happens. I mean, you gotta go with the moment, because it can change for you. I mean, who's to say something out there in the universe didn't want me out at 8 o'clock this morning, and that universe changed it.
What's cool is you don't have to be here. You're just choosing to be here. It's not like, you could have said, hey guys, not coming today. We're like, cool, But
I'm not going to do that.
But you see what I'm saying? It's like it's a choice. We're here by choice. It's not because, it's part of our job and we have to be here and do, we're doing this because we want to be here, we want to share, we want to help. Like, I love, sharing inspiration and stuff and giving people things that really help them in their lives. And if you want to do what we do, there's a button below you can click and join us. And if you just want to grab the information on what we got, I'm here. So no matter what, if somebody comes across my path, I've made a difference. I've helped their life in some way, in some form. So I just love that, what we can do is we're going to be talking about different skills and things on this. It's like, I get to talk about the things that I love. We get to talk about the things that are inspiring, things that matter to us. And, if I'm here, great. I mean, I run this as I'm here usually, but I mean, I've had CJs run stuff for me sometimes. But the thing is we can be. I mean, I've done this hangout in all kinds of different places in the world wherever I've been. I think I did it. I think I did it for.
You did it in Bali. You had me run it for you when you were in Bali.
In Bali, we had those big massive. I felt like it was like Avatar. There's these plants. There were these plants.
Very huge.
There were like these massive plants, all these really brightly colored. I really felt like the movie Avatar. I was in like the jungle there. It was really cool. Anyways, but yeah. So CJ, I actually pray for me. Next time you're there, I want to see the cookies all over his face. You can come on with the phone.
But no, and remember, each one of us on this panel, all these beautiful, amazing sisters, have Facebook. So hook up with them on Facebook, send them private messages. We would love to hear from each and every one of you. We're here for you.
Yeah. So I'm going to pull out Joan, strategically hiding the naked little bums.
Oh, goodness. Yeah, I love this topic about, making time for yourself, because as women, it's so natural for us to think about other people and serving other people first, because I don't know, it's just because we're so nurturing, and that's just a part of our nature. And then we forget we need to love, God said to love yourself, love yourself. So we forget to do that. And when we forget to do that, it hooks on to a bunch of, different things. And, but it's just so important, to love yourself. For me, it was, oh goodness, I think I haven't had the habit of, taking time for myself in a long, long time. It wasn't until, I started really, hanging out with you guys and starting my online business where I really got back into that habit of, taking care of yourself, because, after having babies, every other year for the past like 6 years, it's just, you forget. And I always like put it off. I'm like, oh, I'll do it later. And I'm not a morning person, and I am really trying to get up early. But for me, Val, this, I stay up late, and that's when I get my stuff done, because I'm already wired. I put the kids to bed, and I'm up, and I know, I know for myself that if I even try and go to sleep early, I still, wake up late. And I'm working on it, and I want to start going to bed early and waking up early. But, if I'm up and I'm doing stuff. And if I'm moved and if I'm inspired to do something right after the kids go to bed, if I wanted to write post some pictures or get some posts ready, I'll do it. If I feel like I need to shoot a video late at night, I'll do it. So anyways, but what I have found lately that has worked for me in my schedule was to put books and audio on my phone. And especially when the kids go to bed, I just put on my phone, flip on my phone while they're kind of just drifting off. And I've been reading I Can See Clearly Now by Wayne Dyer. And basically he goes through his whole life saying, no wonder why this happened, because that linked to this happening, which linked to this happening and this happening and this happening. And so so now I'm trying to see how, the different things in my life, how those are kind of linking all together. I will share something with you guys. A few years ago, my brother had gone through a divorce with his wife, and me and his wife are very close. We were very, very close, and all of a sudden when they got a divorce, it was like I had to break up with my best friend. So, and I was in a horrible place. It broke up our family pretty much. And I was very angry, and it took me a long, 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 long time to forgive. And also a little bit of backstory. My brother's ex-wife is my husband's sister, so you can kind of see how that can conflict. And so it was just a horrible experience because of the divorce, and it just broke up our families. It split up his parents and my parents weren't talking. The whole, we used to spend all our holidays together, and all of a sudden we had to separate our holidays. And then I lost, a best friend. And it took me a while to get over that. It took me a while to forgive and start to love. But now I can see clearly now why that happened, because, in all those events, it couldn't have led to, now I've learned to forgive and to truly love somebody that has hurt me. And it led to, now that both my brother and Daniel's sister are married, now we have a huge extended family. That would have never happened if that divorce didn't happen. Now we have just new family members from different places now. And now I've taken me and my husband's sister's relationship to an even better level than where we were before. So it's so cool that, you can look back and say, hey, I can look back and see clearly how things happen for a reason. And that would have never happened if I hadn't taken the time and read this book. Because now I look back and I'm like, wow, no wonder. And now I can look forward and say, I really don't have anything to complain or worry about at all, because I know that it happens for a reason. So and then also one of my things is just to go outside and breathe some fresh air, even if it's just for 5 minutes or 5 seconds, just to get out and just, reconnect into nature. And I just love doing that. So that's all I've got to say.
I love that. Yeah. And especially if with kids and everything, you can get tied up and stuff. I love that. It's so powerful. Reading a book and how it can completely transform how you look at your entire life. There's something as simple as that. Leanne, you are up.
Oh, hi. I don't have children, but those are amazing stories, and thanks for sharing those, ladies. That was really awesome. I guess I have lots of time for myself because I'm not having the little ones around me yet, so I am grateful for my time right now. Before, just to go back a little bit, I was working, I guess, a 9-to-5 job, but I always, some days I was going in early, some days I was going in later. I was a manager, so my days weren't always just an 8-hour day. They turned into longer some days, and you get into your routine. I'm a competitive rower, so sometimes I'd be up really, really early. You just come home, you're rushing, you get out the door, or sometimes I would sleep into the very last minute. I also like sleeping. So I would then be in a rush trying to get ready and go out, and yeah, just that time for yourself. I don't have kids, but I would also push it off and then would, okay, I'll do it later, or I'll do this later. And to me, it's important for me to read the Bible, and even that, honest, I would, I'll do it later, or I'll do it later tonight, and then I would come home from work and I wouldn't do it, I wouldn't read it. And I noticed for myself that if I don't start my day first with the Lord and reading the Bible, my whole day is ruined. And also listening to the audio, that's really key. And I sometimes listen to the same one like over and over and over and over, because I'll miss stuff. Like you know, I can't just sit still and listen to it. I'll be doing something, and then my mind will be going, and I'm like, oh, I totally missed that. You know, so I'll have to go back and I'll have to re-listen to it again, or back it up and start again, and you know, like, um, I guess over the last like, few months and coming into a new journey, it's really changed a lot of my mindset, and I'm really thankful that.
Leanne, for 1 second, I want to hear. Does everybody is Leanne sounding a little bit fuzzy? Or is it just me?
No,
Maybe
yeah.
fuzzy.
I'm hearing a lot of static on the line.
Are your hands covering the microphone anywhere on the laptop someplace or
No?
no?
Can you not hear me?
Now I can hear you. Yeah.
Can you?
It was like you were walking through a cloud or something. It was like a little fuzzy sometimes. Yeah.
My internet was really weird yesterday, so maybe I don't know if it's.
Now you're good. Now you're good. Now you're good. Yeah.
Do you have a fan in the room, maybe, Leanne? Is there a fan blowing around?
Do you have a fan on?
No, my fridge just turned on, but that's it.
Okay. Cool.
But no, nothing's on in here. No.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Cool.
So did you guys get the gist of it, or?
Yeah. For you, it's important you wake up and you know get into the Bible quotes and how that affects your day.
Mm-hmm. So I guess like just over those last couple months where I'm in a whole new routine.
Yeah.
I guess I'm really grateful that I have the time to be able to spend on myself, and I think too that like Joan was saying, even in her book, things happen this way, this way, this way, and I think just a lot of times when in my prayers I would just be praying, like show me, what it is to, I guess, sit still, because a lot of times you need to sit still in the Lord, and I would push. I think I would think that I was doing it right and going, okay, I'm doing this, but I think really it showed me that being still means being completely still. I can't have all the different distractions around, whether it's the job or a family, friends, exercise, whatever. I think, I've come to a place right now where I'm learning how to really have that meditation come about. So I guess it's a new journey for me, but exciting at the same time.
Leanne, love, do you have a particular passage in the Bible that you like to refer back to, or you could share maybe for our readers?
Yeah, it's...
Or viewers, I mean. Sorry. I had reading on the brain.
Yeah, it's Proverbs 3, 5, and 6, and it's just lean not on your own ways, but in the way of the Lord, and He'll direct your paths. That's my favorite verse in the Bible. I didn't quote that exactly because thinking back on the spot, I don't memorize it.
Can you put that in the comments for our viewers, babe?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and what it means to you. Put it in the comments and then what it means to you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like in the message thing?
Yeah, like on the
On
page,
the page.
The page itself, on our Sisters United page in the chat area. So the sisters that are watching, they say this is the quote I was talking about and why and what it means to me. Yeah, something that refers to that helps you set your day in motion, right?
Right.
Yeah. Thank you. Very cool. Lisa, oh my goodness, it's late for you. I'm so glad you're resting comfortably on a pillow. This is good.
It's the only room I can talk without waking up anybody in the spare bedroom. A bit of backstory. Probably after I had a Marlene, I got a bit of postnatal depression and went through my rough patch, like always crying and always struggling and finding the whole life is really difficult and whatnot. And then never ever heard of personal development, never ever heard of law of attraction. And with my last MLM, they were very big on personal development every day, at least 30 minutes, and that's when I first started hearing it. So I fell in love. I started talking about it to everybody, and that kind of improved my headspace, because before that I used to just go to work, deal with my stressful clients, come home, zone out watching TV, and then go to bed. And that's just my daily life. And then when I had a baby, it was kind of like trying to fix with this, change my whole entire routine around this baby. So I started personal development. That started changing me for the better. I started actually liking the person I was becoming. But I'll admit I've gotten so busy with setting up, doing all this reading and learning and training with Empower, I've kind of slacked off a bit. So I need to start doing it again, because even just slacking off for the last couple of weeks, I'm slowly realising, like, I'm noticing my mindset's changing automatically. So yes, that is what I am going to start focusing on.
Yeah, and that's the things that's interesting. One of the things that, we do work with a system that allows us to do what we do, but we actually call them the 8 core commitments, and two of them actually. One of them is reading every day 30 minutes. And we're not talking about, reading a magazine. We're talking about reading something that's personal development that'll help you to really see the world in a different way. And listening to audio, same thing. And that those things actually, I know it sounds odd, but they're actually income-producing activities. Because you can have, 2 people doing the same thing, right? One of them has a powerful perspective, understands that the universe is always working in our favor, knowing that, everything is always working for our good, knowing, that, the concepts of the law of attraction, that when you focus on the positive and seeing this wonderful thing is happening in my business, this wonderful thing is happening in my life, in my relationships, and this, and instead of coming at it from a victim mentality, right, and buying into negative thoughts, understanding that our thoughts aren't even who we are. The negative thoughts are not who we are. They're just thoughts that are floating out there, and we have a choice of whether to listen to them or not, right? I mean, all those things that I have learned through going through personal development, all that, I mean, having that perspective, I noticed it was actually one of the, what was it? Because we do, obviously we have a business that we do here, but is like, I remember one of the first things I was ever told by one of my mentors was to have the perspective that at any moment in time, you're making money, right? And the way we do stuff, everything is so much automation involved. Literally, I made money while I was meditating. I made money while I was playing with the kids in the park. I make money while I'm sleeping. You wake up, and there's a commission. I see that I got paid. Things like that. Having that perspective. When I'm aware and I'm in that perspective that the abundance is actually already mine, and I've taken action, set up systems in place, when I'm open up that additional piece and have awareness of it, I get more sales. I know it sounds goofy, but it happens, right? It actually affects my business. It's a goofy thing. So on one level, it's how I am. It's the inspiration of things, but it's also it's literally an income-producing activity because it affects what I do, how I do, and I believe also energetically. If those of you that understand, when you're in a high vibration on things, you literally attract the exact of that in your life, and it affects your actions. So anyways, so that's why we say it. That's why we say to do it and stuff.
Yeah, I don't prioritize it. I don't prioritize. I think I don't have enough time. Like, I focus on everything else. Wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning to get stuff done before Marley, and I keep putting it off. So I need to start saying, no, this is important. Do my personal development, and then just fit everything else in as well.
Yeah, I find when I do it, my day rolls. I get more done. I actually get more done when I start my day off and I say I get up early, and it's like, if you have to get up early, that's what it is. Or I mean, with Sarita's on, she talks about this all the time. Who is it who was saying that? Joan, you do it? She has audio playing at nighttime, so that it's literally sinking in while you're sleeping. You can do it while you're walking around. You can have audio. What was one of the tips she said? You can actually go, like, there's so much stuff you can get, like, on YouTube, books, audiobooks, or if you have, download them as well. But You could,
Does
or
it sink in if you listen while you're sleeping?
yeah, absolutely. It goes
So I
into your,
started doing that.
yeah, it
Like
goes
the
into
inner
your
circles
subconscious.
playing while I sleep.
Yeah, it goes into your subconscious. But also while you're awake, have it like, there's so much like we have audios and stuff, but I mean, wherever you get your audios from, it's like you have it so that you're playing, you have it playing while you're cooking, while you're cleaning, while you're, doing laundry, while you're in the car,
Taking
cars at the
showers.
university, in the shower. Yeah, if you've got it, like,
I
going
mean,
in the shower, you got it playing. Yeah.
yeah, I put a chair right next to the shower curtain, and I put my phone on it, and I play
But,
my
yeah.
iPod, and it's just I can't take a shower without it now. Like if there's not something playing in the shower, I feel, no pun intended, but I feel naked. Like I feel like I'm missing something.
I love it. Naked. There's naked and there's naked.
Exactly.
I love that. That's great. But like all these ways, like even in a busy life, you can find it where it becomes the activity of your awareness in the background, kind of thing. So I'm gonna play up Mary. Oops, I had you there, and then I bumped you off. There you go, Miriam. Oop, I think you need to unmute, babe.
Okay, got it. Hi. Well, one of the things that I struggled with the most for a few years was codependency, and always trying to please other people and put myself last, basically, especially in relationships, which is pretty much part of the reason why I was in such a, I guess you can call it an abusive one. But I always had anxiety. I always had this like fear-based mentality where like I lived a life of trying to. I was basically just centered around one person and trying to make one person happy. I'm not going to go too much into that, but the point is I didn't put myself first. And that affected my relationship with my daughter dramatically because I wasn't able to be as nurturing and as giving to her. There's something about putting yourself first and taking care of yourself makes you a better parent. I don't know too much, but I'm still working on that anyway. But over time, I started doing things for myself more, like exercising and going outside more. It's made a big difference in my life because I'm actually just putting my body into motion. I'm changing everything around. I'm drinking more water. I'm cleansing my body, eating healthier. I mean, that's one of the things that I did to help myself, put myself first. I mean, I started with the simplest thing. To me, that was the first simplest thing I could think of. And then going outside more often and just enjoying nature a little more. So it just kind of changed my mindset a little bit, little by little. And as I said once before, I started listening to audios. And honestly, if I don't read a book or if I don't listen to an audio, it's like Valerie said, it just my day is a little slower. I just feel a little dragged and woe is me and life is this and life's that, and it just kind of just brings my energy down if I just don't do anything because then there's just that empty space in my mind and I'm like, so I always feel a positive transformation in my heart when I connect with nature, when I read books and when I listen to audios. Lately, there's been more audios though, and so I just feel more connected. And even with my daughter, like I noticed that when I am in a more positive mindset, I'm more cheery, I'm more energetic, I'm more happy, and I get more involved with her. Whereas before, it was too stressful to do the simple things, like even just trying to communicate better with her, and whenever she like throw a temper tantrum or she needed something, it was just to me it just was too much of a big deal, and now I can handle it better. So so I just make time for myself more now because I want to have a better relationship with my daughter. I want to have a better relationship with myself, even just not put myself down and not feel so inferior to everyone else. Like I used to see everyone had the light. I used to see that everyone was better than me. Everyone had an education. Everyone had successes, and I thought, oh, I'm never going to get there. And then I just put myself down so much, my self-worth. So I had to put that to a stop and really just started having a better, healthier lifestyle, and but trying to really just make it active, like just exercise, just meditate, take time for that. I mean, if I had all this time to think negative thoughts, why not make time for positive thoughts? And the more I did that, the more my mindset changed and the better my life became. So really, it has made all the difference. I'm still working at it. You know, it's because after so many years of this darkness and these negative thoughts, after so many years of that, it was just, it's just something that I need to continue practicing on. And I've noticed that now I can go outside and I'm like, such a beautiful day. And you know, it's starting to work better for me. So the more I do it, the better. And I become a better parent and a better person and have more great friends and also do well in my business, which is so important. So everything is pushing forward with these positive changes.
I love it. I love it.
Shining.
Yeah. Yeah, you're shining.
Thanks.
Tim, I'm so excited to hear you on this because I know you got a lot to say on this topic.
Too much. I will share more someday. I mean, I'm little by little getting used to the transparency thing, but I really enjoy being able to express myself more and help other people, because it's my mission in life. I've always wanted to help people, not, you know, the codependent way, but the more giving, more abundant, loving way. That's what I've always dreamt of since I was a little girl. I've always imagined myself helping so many people. First it was, I want to be an actress and I want to act in movies that have meaning and you know, share a message. And then I thought, oh, I'm not going to do that. I just want to write books someday. And I mean, here I am. I'm part of this wonderful business that helps other people. And it's like my dreams came true. It's like I saw it when I was a child, and here I am. So lots of positive changes.
Yeah, it is. It's true. And what we do here and everything that we do, we get to really help people to see their own beauty and shine their light. This is wonderful. Mwah. I'm going to pull up. And Terry, I'm dying to hear what you have to say on all this because I know you live and breathe this.
Well, in terms of just making time for yourself, I had a lot of time to really think about this because I believe that I was, prior to me going through everything, or while going through everything, and while dealing with my illnesses, I was dealing with that, but I wasn't dealing with me, you know, the person. I was dealing with the thing that was afflicting me, but I wasn't putting energy into really bringing my mindset at the right place. So every time I would deal with, oh my gosh, am I going to go somewhere and am I going to pass out? Or am I going to go somewhere and, you know, have an episode to where I can't speak right? Are people going to look at me differently because, you know, sometimes my words won't come out correctly? And I was scared. It was fear, and fear is gripping. And fear will really knock you down. And from there, I became really depressed and really anxious. You know, when I would go out to places, you know, in huge places, you know, around people, I just feel energy, like they're looking at me or something like that. And that wasn't a good place for me to be. And when I realized that, it just made me feel like this is not Terry. This is not the way that I want to be. And then I also found myself um, just really not wanting to 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 continue because I started to let the day come to me, instead of really setting my intention on how I wanted to live that day.
Yeah.
Um, oh, if I'm not feeling good, then I'll just deal with it today because, I'm just going to get through it. Or tomorrow, if I have this going on, then, well, I just have to deal with it like that. But I've realized that ever since I have changed my intentions and changed the conscious way that I look at things, I have been able to heal myself. And I think I posted something about this recently, but it's like the way you, yeah, well, it's known the way you look at things and changes your whole outlook on everything. You don't become reactionary, you become proactive in the way that you take on things. And I have been proactive, and I have been intentionally doing things, and I have been feeling so much better because I'm saying I'm gonna feel good today. I'm going to go outside. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do this. And uh, it's just a wonderful thing. It's a wonderful thing. And I'm better off with dealing with people and dealing with everyone. I've always had a positive outlook on things, but I so that's just it.
Yeah, no, I love that, and I think it's a powerful thing that you just said. The idea that learning that it affects you, and that being the person that you're shining your light wherever you go, as opposed to reacting to circumstance, reacting to whatever's around you. That instead you are the source of light, and that's the reality is we have that ability. Is one thing that makes us powerful as humans is that we have the ability to actually think separate from our circumstances. We have that ability, and it's one of the biggest things. I just think that's so powerful. Having that the development, it brought you to the place, even your extreme situation of what you're going through, to say, to know that you have something wonderful inside of you that you bring to the world, as opposed to being in reaction to it. It's a massive shift. It's such a powerful, powerful, massive shift. We're getting close to the end of the hour here. We got Miriam is there, but I don't think she came in really, really late. So I'll say a quick shout out to Miriam. I don't know if you can pop your face up for a sec, but we do have to close out in like a minute or two here. Hi, Miriam. I don't know. We have two Miriams spelled differently. Our Miriam, and there's another Maryam. We have two Miriams, Mariam. I know we have Mary, another one in LA. Actually, let's go to LA on right now. But I see Miriam. Shout out. Next time we'll be able to come out and speak. But I just want to thank everybody for coming, and whatever your thoughts are on anything that we've talked about watching, even in the replay, please, time and space really do have no meaning. It's all a construct anyways. Everything is in the now, right? So as you were reading, you'll know what I mean. Write down in the comments below this video where you're watching your thoughts, what you have, maybe some of your favorite books. We're all going to throw maybe some of our favorite books and audios. We're going to throw that down in the chat there. But any other quick thoughts? I actually do have to hop in about a minute. Something with my kids. I got a plan that I got to run to. Anybody here really quick? We're running a little bit later than we normally do because we started a little bit late. Any other comments from anybody? Excuse me. Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah, all good. Love you all. And, by here, if you're still watching us and you want to find out how the heck are we actually making money by sitting here and just gabbing on stuff that we love and that matters to us, click below. You can see we all have different lifestyles, different things and stuff. It's there and connect with you. We actually, there's a lot of what we do is very much massive personal development piece. So as I have such gratitude that that's part of my universe, part of my world, part of my job, believe it or not, is to read books and to listen to audio and to meditate and be grateful and have all this stuff going on. It's part of what we do. So love you all, and we will see you all next week. Our new time, like I said, Fridays, 7 a.m. Pacific, 10 a.m. Eastern. I think that works out to, 3 p.m. in the UK, I think. And it's about 11 p.m. Starting Perth, Australia, moving it on over to the East Coast. It gets to be quite a bit later. Thank you, everybody, for being here, for coming and watching all these different time zones around the planet. Love you all, and see you all next week.